In our morning rounds, taking yoga in a different direction, Major Garrett is away from his White House beat after a recent visit to India. He's at Flow Yoga Center, that's in Washington, to show us how another world leader is trying to give the movement new. Oh, my goodness, Major Garrett. Namaste, Major Garrett. Good to see you. Look at those legs. And he can cross them, too.
Oh, yes.
All right,
We found this story covering President Obama. Quiet down up there. We found that story covering President Obama in New Delhi. Yoga, as you can see, is hugely popular in America, but it is losing favor in India. And the new Prime Minister has made it his personal mission to revive yoga. But the old school methods we found there might not be recognizable to my friends here. When it comes to India and yoga, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is no poser. Modi is on a campaign to revitalize yoga in the land where it was born. And that starts with his soldiers, who take yoga to improve mind and body control. This is the yoga most Americans recognize. This is not. In India, proper yoga starts with a cleansing of the sinuses and finishes with group snorting. Inside India's National Yoga Institute, instruction is strict. Breathing and meditation share simple mats with precise, very precise poses. Indian yoga emphasizes all four components: cleansing, breathing, meditating, and posing. And the Prime Minister is an evangelist. It is not about exercise, he said, but to discover the sense of oneness with yourself, the world, and the nature. Modi has called for an International Yoga Day and appointed a chief of spiritual health. We sat down with Shripad Nayak, India's so-called yoga minister.
It is not only for Indian people or India, but we can contribute a lot in health sector by introducing this yoga. We can give a better way of life to the world.
And just try to keep that going throughout.
But Indian yoga leaves Nicole Listova, a transplant from Northern Virginia, cold. Listova teaches yoga at the American Embassy in New Delhi and has found the Spartan Indian yoga and studying with its masters surprisingly stressful.
There's no yoga fashion. I felt a bit self-conscious when I go to a class here. There's definitely a strictness. You listen to your teacher. Whereas at my studio in America, there was just a lot more love when the teacher touched you, a lot more warmth. It's a restaurant.
Listova loves American yoga and is far from alone. More than 20 million Americans practice yoga. It's an exercise industry worth more than $10 billion annually. Listova says Indian yoga simply would not translate in America.
You know, you pose and stop and pose and stop. So that's probably the biggest difference, the freedom of expression in each pose.
Well, that would be a classically American innovation.
Yes.
Freedom of expression.
Yes, true, yes. Whereas here it's more one way to do it, and you do it the right way.
India's yoga minister counters that Americans treat yoga as a workout, while Indians seek something deeper. The technique is what brings the benefit.
Exactly. Techniques give the benefits.
Wrong technique, wrong benefits.
Yeah, wrong benefits. No benefit.
Perhaps in deciding the true benefits of Indian or American yoga, where you stand depends on how you sit. Yoga is at least 3,000 years old, possibly 4,000 years old. That is seriously old school. It requires not just physical strength, but a kind of mental calmness and discipline many Westerners, myself included, find challenging. So at this stage, all I can say is, Charlie, Nora, Gail, namaste.
Namaste. All right.
Namaste.
I don't know anybody that does yoga that says it hasn't changed their lives for the better.
Yes.
Anybody?
Yoga, I mean, not yoga. Major, do you do yoga regularly?
Well, Nora, I have a pinched nerve in my lower spine. I'm taking physical therapy, moving toward yoga because I'm going to have to change my life around to be able to do the work I do. So yes, indeed.
Oh, good.
This is a very interesting development.
Yeah, very good.
Nice piece.
I highly recommend it. It's hard.
Nice piece.
It's really hard. Good for flexibility. Thank you, Major.